The other day, someone said, "You seem to eat healthy all the time. Do you ever cheat? Do you ever have a cheat day or a cheat meal? Or do you cheat on the weekends?" And you know what I said? Nope, I never cheat. Because if I said yes, that would mean that I label some foods as good foods and some foods as bad foods. When really the best way to look at it is some foods are healthy and some foods are not so healthy. So if that person said to me, "Do you ever eat unhealthy foods?" I would have been like, "Oh, hell yeah." And I really just dislike that term cheat meal or cheat day because it encourages that kind of on the wagon, off the wagon mentality when it comes to food. And the reason I hate that on the wagon, off the wagon mentality is because it can lead to dysfunctional eating. So it's really common out there for people to be on some sort of restricted diet or calorie deficit for 5 or 6 days a week, and then Sunday rolls around and they think, "Oh, I can just eat whatever I want," or they have one meal that they consider the cheat meal. So what starts out as what seems like something really positive, I'll just eat really well all week, and then on the weekends, I'll just eat whatever the hell I want, ends up turning into something kind of negative. And it's definitely not something that sets you up for success. With all that being said, it leads me into the topic of today's video, what I eat on the weekends. Welcome to Boom 50 Fitness. My name's Regan, and this is your channel for all things health and fitness in your 50s and beyond. If you've watched any of my other videos on what I eat in a day, you'll see that during the week, I eat pretty much the same breakfast and lunch every day. Dinner is always different, but breakfast and lunch are always the same. And why is that? Well, because I think it is really important to have a foundational meal. So I always want to make my breakfast my foundational meal. I always know what I'm going to have Monday through Friday. It's easy for me to prepare. And same with my giant salad that I have for lunch during the week. I set everything up and prepare everything so it's ready and it's easy for me to make it. And then I add some variety at night because eating food is fun. But yes, I do eat a little differently on the weekends. And it's basically just because I have more time on the weekends. But there are certain things in my diet that never, ever change. So 7 days a week, I do my apple cider vinegar and my water. I will link a video down below about apple cider vinegar in case you don't know all the amazing benefits. I always do my AG1. I always drink plenty of tea. I always have 2 scoops of collagen powder with my tea. I drink tons of water, and I never ever skip on my creatine and my element electrolytes. And tons and tons and tons of water. Oh, and my magnesium at night. And on the weekends, I do try to wake up around the same time or at least within an hour of what I have my alarm set for Monday through Friday. I don't set my alarm on the weekends, but my body just naturally wakes up basically when the sun comes up. It's delightful. Okay, so let's talk breakfast because it's the first meal of the day. And if you've watched my other videos, you probably know that I eat breakfast around 11 o'clock. I do that on the weekends as well. That's when my body's telling me it's time to eat. But before that, I have had my athletic greens, the AG1. I've had at least 1 cup of tea with collagen. I've had my apple cider vinegar. Oh, and I've had my vitamin C. Oh, you know what? I may as well link down below my video on all the supplements I take because I take a lot, and you guys requested that video and I put it up not too long ago. All right, I'm not gonna go over the calories that I consume because I'm guessing it's probably really close to the same calories that I take in during the week. And some of you guys were curious about how many calories I eat in a day. If I remember correctly, I think it came down to about 100 calories, and I will link that video down below for you to take a look at. But we will focus on the protein, because making sure you get enough protein is way more important if you're perimenopausal, menopausal, or postmenopausal than counting calories. And who wants to count calories? Not me, I don't. But let's go over the protein in my breakfast. I do 3 eggs, so that comes in at 18 grams of protein. I add a piece of cheese to that. That comes in at 5 grams of protein. I have 2 sausages with that. That comes down to 6 grams of protein. I have peppers and onions in there. And I have half an avocado, and half the avocado comes in at 1 gram of protein. So the grand total is 30 grams of protein exactly, which is what I recommend for that foundational meal. And why have just one foundational meal? Have a whole bunch, and at every one of them, make it 30 grams of protein, unless it's a snack, and then maybe you can do half of that. All right, let's start with breakfast. I've got some Applegate sausages, chicken and sage. It's my first time trying this flavor, so hopefully I'll like it. Actually, I really loved it because I ate it already. Adding a whole bunch of olive oil, get some good fats in. I use a lot of olive oil every day. Even added a little extra to those sausages, just cooking them up in a pan on about medium. And now I'm gonna chop up a little red pepper, some onions. I like a lot of flavor in my eggs, and yeah, so I'll be adding these to that same pan after I take out the sausage. Those look good. And now I'm going to mix up some eggs. I use organic omega-3 eggs, and I'm using 3 of them, about 6 grams of protein each. And then a little bit of nature seasoning, and it looks like I just added a lot, but really it's not that much. It's kind of salt and peppery and garlic and oniony, so good. And then 1 slice of sharp organic cheddar from Whole Foods, mixing that up. Took those sausages out, adding those peppers, sizzle those up a bit, and then I will be pouring in the delicious egg mixture. Here we go. Yum. So you can see why I'm not making this during the week. I just don't have time, but because it takes me about 15-20 minutes total to make it. And yeah, I just save it for the weekends, and it's so good. And then I just transferred that to a bowl, chopping up the sausages, and we've got more. We've got tomatoes. I love little cherry tomatoes, and there's more than that. And then we top it off with half an avocado, and half an avocado adds 1 gram of protein, but lots of healthy fats. And that's what makes this meal so satiating. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And it must be Sunday, because I am heading over to the couch with my green tea and my delicious scramble to watch NFL football Sunday with Fiona. And it's dumping snow outside, so that makes it even better to cozy up on the couch. So pretty. And not to stop talking football and food, but I was gonna go but shovel my driveway, and the snowplow came through and did it for me. Oh, Merry Christmas to me. Okay, let's move on to lunch. I love this lunch. It's super easy to prepare. So I do that giant salad Monday through Friday, but I meal prep for that on Sunday, so it's all ready to go. So the preparation is super easy Monday through Friday. And then this lunch that I have on the weekends frequently, not all the time, but pretty frequently, it's really easy to do, and it's just so delicious. It is 1 container of Greek yogurt, which weighs in at 14 grams of protein. I add a scoop of protein powder to that, vanilla protein powder. That comes in at 15 grams of protein. I add chia, hemp, and flaxseed, coming in at 2, 3, and 2 grams of protein, totaling 36 grams of protein for that lunch. Packed. So good. And I'm telling you, it tastes a little bit like vanilla soft serve. Oh, because I do put 1 cube of dark chocolate on there and a lot of strawberries. All right, lunchtime, plain Greek yogurt, full fat, and then some Vega vanilla protein powder, hemp hearts, chia seed, and flaxseed. And dark chocolate, that's 70% dark chocolate, some strawberries. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna thank me for this one. So there's that full fat Greek yogurt, delicious, but kind of plain. So what I do to amp up the protein is I add a scoop of the Vega protein powder. It's vanilla, and then a tablespoon of chia, a tablespoon of the hemp hearts, and a tablespoon of the flaxseed. And then we're getting lots of fiber in there. And then what you need to do so it doesn't taste like sludge is add a little water to it, mix it up, and then I bring it to about the consistency of like soft serve ice cream. So just mixing it all up. You want to get it mixed really, really good. Then I do 1 square of the 70% dark chocolate, which makes it so yummy. Yep. And I just dump that right in there, and then I add a whole bunch of strawberries. I don't know how many I added, probably like 6, 7, maybe 8. I just like to get strawberries in every single bite. So this is a protein-packed lunch, and it is so good. And I know that's very easy to make, so I could make this during the week, but I love getting that big salad in during the week since I do prepare everything on Sundays. And there it is. On the weekends, I do take a little break from my chocolate protein powder that I mix with water. I've said it before, I don't love it. You don't have to love everything you put into your body, but I put it in for that extra boost of protein. And now that I'm not counting the collagen powder as protein, which you shouldn't either because it's not a complete protein. I used to count that as 18 grams of protein because that's what it says on the package, but I have since learned not to count that as your protein, as a protein source. So I don't count that anymore. And so I added to my protein drink, I now do a scoop and a half of protein powder. But anyway, like I said, I don't do that on the weekends. I give myself a little bit of a break. And instead, on this particular weekend, I did a Chomps meat stick, which you guys know I love. They are grass-fed and pasture-raised. So good. And let's see, so that's 9 grams of protein. And then about a 1/4 cup of macadamia nuts, which I love, and that's 2 grams of protein. So what's that? 11 grams of protein in just a snack. That's pretty good. And now it's snack time, heading into the pantry, grabbing some Chomps meat sticks. I love a good Chomp stick. These are 9 grams of protein. And then just to mix it up, I add some macadamia nuts. Not a whole bunch of protein, but still really, really good for you. I must be eating some meat on the couch because Fiona won't take her eyes off of me. Do your dogs do that too? And then for dinner, total protein comes in at 31 grams. This is a little bit of a rough estimate because I wasn't exactly sure what the protein in the pork came in at because I wasn't sure exactly how much I ate. But so I kind of underestimated just to be on the safe side. And so 31 grams of protein for my dinner. You will see when I realized I wasn't getting as much protein, I added a bunch of almonds. So those came in at 6 grams of protein. And yeah, so total, and the pork, 25 grams of protein. And for the total, 31 grams of protein. And then athletic greens, which I mentioned I still do every single day, Monday through Friday, that has 2 grams of protein. So you may be thinking, I didn't really get many greens throughout the day, but I did have my big athletic greens. So I took care of myself. I drank that down. It's really, really healthy. It gave me all the vitamins and minerals that I need for the whole day. And I'm not really worried about not eating anything green the rest of the day because I started the day with that. So that's kind of like my foundational drink. All right, it is dinner time, and I don't know if you guys know about HelloFresh. You probably do, but it is a meal delivery service. And tonight I'm making Mushu pork bowls. Recipe looks pretty easy. I'm just gonna go by that. I do HelloFresh 3 nights a week, and I really, really love the convenience of it. If you work full-time or part-time, or maybe you just work from home, this just makes things so easy. It tells you exactly what to do. I just chopped up scallions. I already have the rice on the stove, doing some limes. There's that olive oil again. I'm sure I've got the pan at about medium, and this is the pork. So I'll be adding that to the pan, and then there's a bunch of yummy sauces to add in. So I don't know the exact protein count of this, so I kind of guessed. All right, we've got, those are the scallion whites, even though there's some greens mixed in there. Love those. All right, we've got some cabbage, and that cooks down quite a bit, but it also adds a little crunch. Hoisin sauce, is that how you say it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Mix that up. And then I think there's like a sweet, yeah, this is like a sweet chili sauce. Oh, I have the camera kind of close. And that, oh gosh, I can't remember what sauce that is. That was a little bit of sugar. I don't really measure stuff. Oh, this is Fiona's food. I had to, feed her really quick too, because she was so hungry, and she eats a whole foods diet. Okay, this is organic butter. Yes, I use real butter, and you should too. Stuck that in the rice because that's what it called for. Yum, I love rice. But I'm dishing out my serving of rice, and you will see, don't do a whole lot of rice. So those were, 3 spoonfuls. And then I'm adding the pork in there. Look, this was a simple meal. Adding more scallion greens, some lime juice. These are sesame seeds. Yum. So good. And so easy. But I have a little surprise ingredient that I'm gonna add in a little bit. I'm realizing right about now, as I'm thinking about the protein, that I just didn't have enough. So I went to the pantry, grabbed some almonds. Yum, so good. Probably added about a 1/4 cup because I actually do go in for a second helping. I'm a big eater, you guys. And because I had some chocolate at lunch, I decided to just do a big bowl of fruit. And a year ago, if you told me I was going to start just eating fruit for dessert, I would have said, oh, you are crazy. Because, I loved my Swedish fish and my jelly beans and my chocolate and all those kind of things that, I still do the chocolate, but I don't do all that other processed sugary foods anymore. Yeah, I'll eat a piece of cake at someone's birthday party, probably not the whole piece, probably like 5 bites of it, or 6 or 7, but I do enjoy the sweets, especially the sweets that are not processed. But I did have my dark chocolate for lunch, so I just went for a big bowl of blueberries and grapes. And no, I'm not worried about it spiking my blood sugar levels because I eat so well throughout the day. And I didn't just eat the fruit and then sit on my butt for the rest of the night. I definitely moved around the house. I did some cleaning, but it was really good. And, ever since I broke my sugar addiction, if I have a bowl of blueberries or grapes, it's like it tastes like a sugar bomb, and it's so delicious, and I don't even need the other stuff that I used to eat. And now it is time for a little sweet treat. Blueberries and strawberries. It's like a bam, sugar bomb. And then look at those leftovers. There's tomorrow. That's my meal for tomorrow night. Oh, sweet girl. Fiona says bye-bye. All right, so total for the day when it comes to grams of protein came in at 110. And you know, I do recommend you trying to eat your body weight in protein. So I'm just shy of my body weight, and that's okay. 110 grams is pretty darn good. So yeah, on this particular Saturday, or was it Sunday that I filmed this? I don't remember, but on this particular day, I ate pretty good. But like I said earlier, some days I don't eat that healthy. But most days I do eat really healthy, and I encourage my clients and my family and my friends to eat as healthy as they possibly can. I always say 90% of the really healthy stuff. And remember, we're not going to label foods as good and bad, but there are healthy foods and some unhealthy foods. But in a healthy diet, you should be able to incorporate both. But 90% of the time, you're eating healthy. And also, as you get older and you metabolize food a little bit differently, sometimes eating the unhealthy stuff just makes you feel like crap, like the food that it is. And so that's another reason I tend to lean for the really healthy stuff, is because I don't want to feel like crap. And I'm pretty sure you don't either. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell over there so that you're the first to know when my next video drops, which will be next Thursday, and I can't wait to see you then. My name's Regan. This is Boom 50 Fitness, your new BFF.